Alright, next up, 2 exercises we're going to do for the core. So we're actually going to start on the ground. We're going to go flat back. And then you want to set up so that your back stays pretty flat. So think about somebody having a little hand towel or a shirt and sticking it under your back. You want enough pressure going down into the ground that you're not able to pull that towel out. You don't need to push it down super hard so you're really flat hard back into the ground, but enough pressure that it would resist if a towel was trying to be pulled out. And then obviously not arch way up. So kind of that middle ground there, a bit of pressure downwards. And then from there, you're just going to bring your legs so the hips are 90, knees are 90, arms are going to go straight up. And from here, actually let's regress that one step. Let's just do legs first. So from here, you're just going to bring one leg out, straight, and back in. Next leg out straight, and back in a nice slow controlled environment. So you're not trying to go as quick as you can. Take a second or two going out, and a second or two coming back. And not only paying attention to this leg going out, but also that this one is staying up good and high here. So think about this knee trying to stay close to this shoulder while this leg is going out, and then coming back. And then same thing going the other way. We're also focused on tension here and not getting a whole bunch of rotation as we go one leg out or the other leg out. So just up like that. And these hands can kind of come and hold your abdomen here. And what you want to think about is that you're bracing this whole thing like that you have a belt and are creating a little bit of tension. So the belt's a little bit tight and you're trying to push your core out in all directions into that belt at the same time as you're doing these. And especially pay attention to your thumbs, that we're trying to push pressure back into the back side and the sides of our body, not just out this way. So trying to expand everything a little bit, and then the hands are like almost like a belt that it's resisting against. And you're going out and back in. And then next step will be hands are staying up, same thing. And then the next step will be this leg out and this hand back. So you'll go like that. Obviously, I'm running out of room. And that's as far as we really need to progress that one for now. Next one will be the bird dog. So basically, what you're going to do is set up so that your shoulders are stacked over your arms, and then that your knees are stacked over your hips, so you don't want to be way out like this or tucked up like that. Just find that kind of tabletop position, and then from here you're going to bring one leg out at the same time that you're bringing this arm forward, so it's going to look like that. You'll see variations of this done where people really extend like that and then come in like that. We're going to avoid that for now because we want the spine to stay neutral and not get a whole bunch of movement through it, because if there's any bulging or anything on a disc and we don't know if that's front or back, then going into flexion or extension is going to aggravate it. So we want just a neutral spine, but still getting that core stability effect in there. So you're going to, again, set that up like this, and then taking these out and just finding that neutral point there. And you'll do obviously both sides. And again, maintaining control through the whole thing. One thing that you can do is grab something like a broomstick. It's a lot easier if you have somebody to place this on you. But basically what you're doing is going to create that. This represents our neutral spine for you. And that shows you that if you go too high, you're going to lose that neutral spine. So if I go like this, we see that that stick moves, right? Whereas if I just stay here, versus, we can see obvious differences there. So that can be a good tool to just kind of help you with finding that neutral spine. But those will be like 2 core variations. The first one, kind of our most base variation, and then we're flipping over and getting on our hands and knees, and that's just a little bit more like that next step along the path.